It's Wolf, and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas Eve to be specific, and it's very early on Christmas Eve in my time zone. It's 1:40 a.m. as I'm recording this. This video probably won't be out until like way later in the day though, but yeah, I wanted to get it done with early just because why not, I suppose. So I did decide to make this video. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll know that I was kind of in a really stressed out and cranky mood a few days ago and wasn't really sure if I was going to make this video or not. To put it simply, I have some kind of really cool stuff going on, but also like it's really stressful at the same time. It's one of those things where there's some really cool stuff happening, but it's not really like directly happening until in the future. And if you want to hear more about that, that's, I've talked about it on Twitter and on the community tab on here and stuff. Just tons of stuff going on. I'm still pretty stressed out, but I'm not so cranky now, so I decided to go ahead and make this video. So this is going to be pretty similar to the video I made about 2 months ago, I guess, with the Halloween Club Penguin party from 2009. In that video, I had mentioned how I joined Club Penguin pretty much during the Club Penguin Halloween 2009 party, and so that was the first Club Penguin party I had seen and the first one that I had participated in, and that's why I made that video for that, and also just for Halloween, and why specifically the 2009 party. So this means that the Club Penguin holiday party from 2009 was the second party I believe that I ever saw in Club Penguin, and so I figured it'd be fun to kind of do the same thing but with Christmas. So as you guys can see, I still have Wulf's super cool custom loading screen. I don't know why that's still there. Also, I could have sworn that I changed it back, but it's still there. I feel like Al Chessbreach sometimes in his videos when he does like the Fallout New Vegas mods and like things just break in his game and he talks about needing to reinstall. But before we do that, I also want to mention, since it is 1:42 a.m., NORAD is about to start tracking Santa as I'm recording this video, so I just thought that would be kind of something funny to, well, not funny, but something fun to point out. NORAD, this is not like an well, I mean, I guess it's kind of an advertisement. They didn't pay me to do this or anything, but I've been using the NORAD Santa tracker since I was like a little kid. My parents introduced me to it, and yeah, I know that there's other Santa trackers out there, like Google has one and stuff, but NORAD has always been like the one I've used. They've been doing this forever. They've been doing it since before the internet. And I thought it'd be kind of cool to leave it up in the background because normally in previous years, they actually would start tracking Santa at around midnight Eastern time, which is like 11 p.m. for me. And so even though he didn't actually like leave the North Pole until like 3 or 4 a.m. when they did that, it would be cool because you could see they would say that he was like, saying goodbye to the elves and stuff like that. And so I kind of thought they were going to do that this year, but I think they might be doing a little more direct. But I figured I'll leave it on in the background anyway in case anything interesting happens and it like starts in the middle of the video, because not a lot of people have probably seen the actual Santa tracker start up because, well, it happens at like a really awkward hour. So anyway, let's go ahead and check out the Christmas party. So I already did test this a little bit to make sure it works and everything, but I didn't really like play around with it too much. I also tried to give my penguin a Santa hat, but for some reason the Santa hat isn't loading in. I'll show you guys what I mean. I'm guessing CPSC probably just doesn't have it. But yeah, these were all my attempts to give my penguin a Santa hat. There's like 4 different in-game IDs for Santa hats, and none of them popped up, so it's probably just like a missing file or something. But anyway, so this is Club Penguin's 2009 Christmas party. Do head full screen there. And yeah, I always really enjoyed the Christmas party in Club Penguin, because kind of almost the opposite reason of what I said with the Halloween party. With the Halloween party, I kind of liked how it was just like nighttime, and it was spookier looking during Halloween on Club Penguin, but it wasn't a super big change. It just kind of like made it rain, and it made it dark out, and it made it kind of spooky looking, but there wasn't a bunch of changes. The Christmas party, on the other hand, changed a ton of stuff around the Club Penguin map, and just like really, really heavily Christmas themed it, and I always really enjoyed that, especially because Christmas is another one of my favorite holidays, has been since I was a little kid. So yeah, and I'm not sure if every room is here. Like it was a pain as always to get these Swift files to put in the game. I got them from the Club Penguin archive, but the Club Penguin archive is down half of the time, and then you have to use like a mirrored version of it. And then Swift files in general, since Adobe Flash isn't supported anymore, browsers always warn you, like, do you really want to download this? Which makes sense since Flash isn't supported anymore. But it's like, yes, I do actually want to download this, so took me a little while to set up. Not as long as the Halloween party one, though, I think. Anyway, though, I guess I'll just kind of wander around and, like, point stuff out. Sorry if you guys can hear me, like, clicking my mouse and stuff. There's not really a good place for me to put my mouse or anything right now, but you've got a train up in the coffee shop. I don't remember that. I actually don't really remember the Christmas parties all too well because, like, I don't know. I feel like I checked him out a lot when I was a kid, and even into like being a teenager and stuff. Yeah, I remember when I was a little kid, there was a restaurant that I used to go to that had a train that used to go around the top of it, and I always thought it was really cool. Although I'm not really a huge like fan of trains. I mean, I like trains, but I'm not like a train collector or anything. So I guess pictures with Santa up here and everything, and yeah, it's just very heavily themed. I think if you click on this, it'll flash. Yeah, so get your picture taken with Santa. Christmas tree, lots of Christmas trees and stuff all around. So yeah, and they kind of moved the Mancala tables over to make room for Santa's seat. So again, I'm not. Oh, and I like how the nightclub they changed the things to Christmas trees. Nightclub is also similarly Christmas themed, all Christmas colors on the dance floor and everything. It's almost like they redesigned a lot of the rooms for the Christmas parties. Like they added a lot of art and stuff and changed a lot of the colors and everything. So and then the toy factory, the upstairs of the nightclub is the toy factory. The dance club is the toy factory. And if I remember right, if you go up here, you actually get into a really cool room, and it's Santa's sleigh. I always thought that this room was really cool because it's sort of a mini game, but it's also just like it's really cool because like as you go, I don't know, it's kind of like the only moving room in Club Penguin, I think. So I always thought that was kind of interesting, but gotta deliver presents to the different houses and well, I guess igloos really. I think you get a reward when you do it, so let's go ahead and try to deliver all the presents here. You know, now that I'm thinking of it though, so we're delivering to the igloos, right? But I don't think any of the actual igloos you can have in Club Penguin have a chimney, at least not any of the snow ones. So where'd they all get chimneys from? And I don't remember if this was like I remember like other people could be on the sleigh, but I don't remember. I don't think that it was like a cooperative game thing. I think that the room only like you only saw what you were doing in the room, so you could see other players and stuff. But yeah. Oh, we got a Santa suit. Oh, why did we get a secret agent thing here? There we go. Okay, I just clicked on the other thing by accident. Yeah, but the Santa suit isn't actually loading in either. So, but yeah, I always thought this room was really cool because of the way it has the movement and stuff, and it kind of looks like you're actually flying around Club Penguin Island. So, let's go ahead and move on here and check out. I don't know if the gift shop will really be changed all that much. Yeah, it's kind of changed. There's some Christmas lights, but not a whole ton. Also, coins for change. I want to mention that too. This was the thing I was thinking about before I started recording this video. Man, coins for change was such a cool idea by the Club Penguin staff. It was such a good idea because it was a good way for kids to like contribute to something, to be able to donate money without actually having to donate money, because most kids don't actually have like the extra money to donate. I always thought that it was really cool. In CPSC, if you click on it, it tells you that it's done, because obviously being the offline version of Club Penguin, there's nowhere for the coins to actually go. I really hope in the future that like whatever they decide to do in the future with like Box Critters, I don't think Box Critters has a coins for change equivalent, but Box Critters or Club Party Parrot or Mooseland, I hope that they continue on with that coins for change thing somehow, because it's a really cool idea, I think. And I'm not sure actually how much got donated from it, but I think that it was a pretty significant amount sometimes. I remember myself one time, old ice rink, kind of funny to see that, before they had all the stuff on the sides there. But just a little stand. But what I was saying, I remember this one time when I was younger and I was a kid, I had saved up a bunch of coins because I didn't want to like keep having to play the mini games all the time whenever new stuff came out, and so I would I had saved up a ton of coins one time, and then coins for change came around, and I donated like a ton of coins, I think, and that was a really like nice feeling to do. Pet shop isn't any different. I don't know if that's like actually a thing, but you know, now that I think about it, it's kind of funny that they've got the Rain Puffle Stables thing here for the pet shop, and like how it's kind of a joke here because clearly, you know, they're wearing like the reindeer antlers. But it's kind of funny how down the line they started introducing like other types of animals as puffles, like cat puffles and stuff. So it's kind of a funny like inadvertent precursor. I'm sure the stage is probably the same inside. I think the pizza parlor normally is changed, but I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. It's almost kind of like a Thanksgiving thing in here. You get the pizza. Pizza parlor. I liked the pizza parlor also because I don't know. I just liked how they really changed it by doing the one table thing and kind of how it like this room still has a Christmas theme very clearly, but it also kind of reminds me of Thanksgiving because of the big meal and everything. But yeah, so that's that. I don't know if any of the underground rooms are changed. I didn't see any get changed. So and I don't think the boiler room was changed either. Although I think that some Club Penguin private servers have started to decorate the boiler room in the years since. Dock also isn't changed, but again, I'm not sure if that's just from the thing, from CPSC and like not having a room, or if it was actually changed or not. Big tree, big tree in the forest, and I always liked this room a lot too, because when I was a kid, I used to like to put my penguin inside this truck here and pretend that I was driving it. That was always a fun thing to do. So yeah, it's a massive tree. Also, this is before the path to the dojo. Which actually, speaking of the dojo, that was another thing when I was putting this together. It said, "Oops, that's the mine." It said there was rooms marked for the dojo, but the thing I don't think any of them actually like changed. Yeah, although I think some years the dojo was decorated, but yeah, I don't know what that replaced. So where was I though? I checked out the mine. That's what I want to look at. It's a gingerbread mine now, and also no recycling center or school over here. I almost forgot how simple the, the exterior of the mine was before they added that stuff. Then also there's various toys scattered around the level and the northern lights. So kind of cool. And then the interior of the mine is not actually changed, but I like the gingerbread look of it. Kind of cool. And again, it's like another thing where it's like it seems like they must have pretty much redesigned this room from the ground up because the way that Club Penguin was drawn and everything in Flash, I mean, somebody would have had to probably redraw all of this without really like using any of the pre-existing stuff because this whole mine is pretty much different color, different shapes and everything. I mean, the basic outline of the mine is there, but there's nothing from the original mine here. And then the cove, which the cove is surprisingly undecorated actually. Like I remember it not really being decorated when I was younger and you can kind of see toys and stuff still, but I'm a little surprised that there's not any more decorations. The this out here. So if I remember right, the gosh, what's this called? The iceberg or whatever. So on the iceberg, I think it was like if you got more people to dance on the iceberg, then the tree here would like puff up and become like a more full tree and everything. But since Club Penguin single player client and I'm the only person playing, that's not going to work. But I guess I could open up a bunch of windows of CPSC with a bunch of different accounts and test it. But yeah, and then don't think we've checked out any of those rooms yet. So we haven't checked out the beach. Oh, the Migrator. That was always the thing that consistently happened around Christmas time was Rockhopper would come visit with the Migrator. And he actually had there was a cool, unique game on the Migrator also. So I will have to show you guys that if that will work in CPSC. Okay, it's Wulf from like 20 hours in the future. While I was editing the video, I'm in the midst of editing it right now, I realized that at one point when I was at the beach in the game, I realized I said something about, oh, I would go back to the Migrator and show you guys the Migrator. Totally forgot to in the original gameplay footage, and since it's getting kind of late and I want to get this video done on Christmas Eve, and as you guys can see, it's already 8 p.m. on Christmas Eve, instead of going and pulling out the computer that I have CPSC downloaded on and everything, I decided to just go to the Club Penguin fandom page and show you guys the rooms from there and still kind of explain them. As you can see, we're on the Holiday Party 2009 page, and I pulled up the pictures from the oh dang it, hang on, it didn't pull them up correctly. Hang on, let me find them real quick. Okay, so now I've got these pulled up. So this is what I forgot to explore in the actual game. But yeah, as you can see, the Migrator gets a kind of green theme about it for the holidays. And as I mentioned earlier, it was Christmas was always like, well, or the holiday party overall was always one of the times when Rockhopper would show up with the Migrator. It was pretty cool because it was like consistent and stuff. Because otherwise he would show up for different parties and stuff and just kind of randomly show up. But, he would always be there for the holiday party. And then there's the Crow's Nest, which I don't think a lot of people knew that this room existed, but you could get to it by going up I don't remember exactly where you clicked, but somewhere around here, and you climb up and you go into the crow's nest. There's a snowman all the way up there, so somebody carried that all the way up. And again, the whole Northern Lights thing going on, and more of the various like Christmas decorations and stuff. And then the weird thing is, so the Club Penguin fandom, they had this picture of the ship hold, which is you would go into the ship hold if you, hang on, there we go. If you click here, you would go down into the ship hold, and you would be kind of down here. But the weird thing is, they don't seem to have a picture of the further like interior of the ship hold, and I couldn't find like one from like any of the parties on the fandom page. I'm probably missing it, but I just couldn't seem to find it anywhere. But inside of here is where the actual like Christmas game was, and I don't remember if the game was available other times. And there was like some other various decorations and stuff in there. The game, to explain it real quick, I'm probably not gonna have the time to like make a little animation or whatever like I usually would, but like picture kind of a grid, and then you would play and you would choose, there was like the different rows and columns in this grid, and you would choose like rows and columns to dig in, and you would have to kind of like match them up to almost like a puzzle thing to like be really efficient to uncover the most treasures as you could. And I thought it was a really fun game, actually. Last thing for me to mention about the Migrator real quick is actually inside of this room that I unfortunately like can't show you guys because I can't find a picture of it on the Club Penguin fandom. That was actually the first time I met a Club Penguin mascot, I think, was in there. I ran into Rockhopper and he actually interacted with me. There was a Christmas tree in that other room, and I said something along the lines of that, like, my character was climbing up the tree or whatever, and, you know, he came over in pirate speak and was like, "Yar har, be careful," kind of thing. And that was really, really cool as a kid to run into one of the mascots. And not only just run into one of the mascots, but actually have one of the mascots interact with you. But yeah, so back to the rest of the video. Another coins for change event here, which I always think is kind of cool how they decorate the lighthouse, but it's kind of funny how they decorate the lighthouse a little bit sometimes in Club Penguin, because it's like, what lighthouse holds events, you know what I mean? Like, it's funny how the lighthouse has a stage and everything, I think. Lighthouse's bulb has been changed with a big red one. Also, another thing I just noticed that I want to point out, Fluffy the Fish is here, which is really weird, because I guess supposedly that makes the unreleased Fluffy the Fish Club Penguin game a prequel to Club Penguin, because if Fluffy has been caught here and, you know, mounted on a wall, unless it's just a picture of him. Yeah, there was a mini game that never got released on Club Penguin, and it was on the Club Penguin beta team thing for a while, and it was called Fluffy the Fish, and it was one of those games where you started out as a small fish, and you had to eat smaller fish, and then as you ate more small fish, you would get bigger, and then you could eat bigger fish, and you had to become the biggest fish. And I always thought it was a really fun game, actually. I played it a little bit on the beta team thing, and then they never fully released it. Which, I don't really know why, but yeah. The ski village here. And I did also try, alongside using codes to get Santa hat, I did try to get one from the box, but then it told me I already had one because I had used the codes, and, but yeah, it's not loading in correctly, so, I think I might have just broken it by going into the sports shop. That might not be good. Hang on, I might have to restart it real quick. Okay, so I am back. I restarted. Well, I didn't fully restart CPSC. I just needed to exit out and log back in. But the sports shop isn't loading because I don't believe that the game actually has like a Swift for it right now, so that's why. But I did want to show you guys the PSA HQ if I can get there, which I can using the JR code. So thanks to the Club Penguin fandom. Wiki for having that code there so I could do that, but yeah, and then NORAD also is still waiting another hour for that. Yeah, so they decorated the HQ, and I think that it said on the fandom page that this was either the first or the second year that they decorated this, so that's pretty cool. And like, again, with the holiday parties, at least, I mean, like the Christmas party, well, it's called the holiday party, whatever, you guys get what I mean, this seasonal party, they decorated a ton of rooms, even if it was something simple. Like, I mean, this room has a good number of changes, but overall, if you really pay attention, it's not a ton of changes. It's mainly just like some garland and a tree here, stockings, and some, I'm not even sure what that, I guess that's more garland around the door, in a cookie there. But, you know, it's like, and a throw carpet, but it's like even those little details really gave life to like Christmas on Club Penguin, and that was something that I think they did really well with a lot of the parties on Club Penguin. And also, while I think about it, I should look up the ID for the EPF command room. So I'm going to go do that real quick so I can show you guys that also, because I know that there was another one that I saw was decorated when I was setting this all up. Alright, so according to Club Penguin Fandom /wiki, it's JR323, and it did work, so here we are again. So this also is another room that has been decorated with a whole bunch of like tinier items. This is the room, if you don't know, this is the room that you would get to access if you had like the Club Penguin EPF DS game. This was before the PSA and the EPF combined, so they were still like separate agencies and everything. It was accessible through the closet in the PSA command room. Another well-decorated room. And again, it's just like, it's all small details, but they all really add together very well. So, you know, that's pretty much it for the ski village. And I think the last room is the ski hill, which again, not a ton of changes here. A lot of toys scattered about, and you got the Northern Lights thing going on, but still it looks nice. So yeah, that is about it for Club Penguin 2009 Christmas. Again, Merry Christmas, because I'm going to try to get this edited and uploaded at some point before Christmas Eve is over with, but probably, well, I'm going to go to bed after I finish recording this and then later in the day. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As I said, I am still going to be doing videos and stuff, but just stuff might be kind of slow for a little while from uploading this because I have just so much stuff going on in relation to like real life things. It's all leading to some pretty cool stuff, hopefully. But I'll tell you guys about that in the future when things are more concrete and whatnot. But anyway, I hope you all have Merry Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, also, Happy Hanukkah. I know that Hanukkah happened earlier in the year. I have some friends that celebrate Hanukkah. And I know that Kwanzaa happens pretty soon after Christmas. So also happy Kwanzaa if you celebrate that. And if you don't celebrate any of it, nonetheless, I hope you have a nice holiday season. And yeah, make sure to leave some good cookies and some sort of drink for Santa and everything. And I'll see you guys in other videos. And bye-bye.